What is going on, everybody? Malcolm back again from Majestic Skies, here for another Everymans watch review. As you can see in front of me, I have a Deep Blue brand watch. Now, if you're not familiar with this brand, it's essentially sort of a micro brand, or they have been around for quite some time, at least around 10 years kind of thing. But really interesting brand, and really have some very good value propositions that do compete with watches that are far more expensive than this watch. So, without further ado, I'll go ahead and open this up and show you what watch I got from Deep Blue here. Now, just to let you know, it does come in kind of a cardboard box around that when you purchase from Deep Blue, but I just ended up throwing that out because I didn't end up needing it. But here you can see the watch I ended up picking up. So Deep Blue, they create basically dive watches and nothing else. So they're very specialized in what they do. It's all dive watches. Everything you can see in front of me here came with the watch, so this was all included. Let's go ahead and pull out the watch and have a closer look. So this is the Master 1000. This is the Mark II, as you can see. Very interesting watch. And I'll go through the specs in just a moment here. Just want to give an outward kind of visual view of it. We'll take the clasp open up here so we can show you the watch. But this is the Master 1000 Mark II that Deep Blue offers. Really more of a subdued one, so they have much more kind of showy styles, but got a little bit of dust on there. But this one here I love because if you look at it, this has a very interesting dial. So this is actually a black mother of pearl dial, something you definitely don't see on more budget watches. However, the price on this watch is, wait for it, only 150 US dollars is what I paid. It was on sale, but even for a little bit more money, once I kind of go through the specs of this watch, I think you're going to be quite impressed. So what I like about this brand is it really does kind of take its own unique spin on the dive watch. As you can see, it does have a clear display case at the back as well. And yeah, so we'll go through the specs in just a moment. But what I'll go ahead and do first is I'm going to charge up the loom on this. I'll show you the loom. And while we're doing that, I'll be able to show you everything that comes included here. Okay, so everything included here. Now this was kind of an additional extra, but basically they included a little compass. So this goes around the band of the watch, and then also a little thermometer basically for measuring the water temperature. This is a real dive watch, guys. This is really impressive dive watch specs, but I'll show you all the other goodies. Really didn't need to include any of this, but you can see it does have kind of a keychain strap here that comes included. Very nice. Microfiber cloth, the Deep Blue branding on it. Very good if you want to keep the watch in pristine condition. Here you have instruction manual. So this basically kind of tells you how to use the watch and about all the movements they offer. Most of which are Seiko movements. So I'll go through that in just a moment, let you know what movements in the watch I purchased. But yeah, very good. You've got instructions there. And that you got some stickers here if you want to put this on some dive gear you have or just outdoors gear. Very nice. And that you got an international guarantee card. So this mentions the warranty, just a 12-month warranty. Nothing crazy, but this watch is built very well. If it dies on you in 1 year, I will be honestly amazed. It should last you a very long time. So that's everything included here. Let's go ahead and put this aside, and I'll just show what the loom looks like now. So it should be charged up well now. So there you can see the loom here. Now keep in mind it's going to charge a lot more quickly in broad daylight, but that is the loom there. When I was outside earlier, charged up super quick. This is a first impressions review. I don't want to stress that. So I just got this watch literally just a couple days ago. But yeah, loom seems to charge up very quickly outside. Indoors takes a little bit longer, but natural light, it's going to charge up really well there. You can see everything, including the second hand, has loom on it. So really versatile. But let's get into the specs now. So you've seen kind of visually the watch here. Yes, it looks nice, but what I really love about Deep Blue and what I really like about their brand is these are genuine dive watches. So if you haven't noticed already, 300 meters of water resistance. Absolutely crazy. for a dive watch at 150 US dollars. Really impressive specs there, 1,000 feet. So this is a serious dive watch, guys. This is actually a helium release valve here. So something you usually see only on much more expensive watches. Deep blue, it's a serious dive watch. Very nicely finished as well. If you look at the finish there, very, very smooth. Like it just feels like butter here when it's just so smooth. Very nice crown as well. Does have, of course, a locking crown, or sorry, screw down crown, being a dive watch with 300 meters of water resistance. So kind of needs that. As you can see, I just have the rubber band. However, you can buy fitted stainless steel bands. But if you're using this as a dive watch or a swimming watch, that's really what you want. Is you want a rubber band. Goes really well over wetsuit, things like that. So keep that in mind. Other than that, ceramic bezel, so really nice. That is a change, I believe, from the original Master 1000. So this one now has a ceramic bezel. I'll go ahead and show you. I think it's 160 clicks, but very, very smooth. Not much back play, maybe a little bit, but very, very smooth, as you can see. Clicks very nicely and easily, too. It's not hard to turn, but it's not something where you're going to be turning it by accident. So I think they did a perfect job on this. I really can't complain about that. I think it looks great and works great. Now, the other unique feature of this, go ahead and test this in just a moment, is this also has a sapphire crystal on the front. So definitely insane for the price. You got a sapphire crystal. If you look at the back here, sapphire crystal, all stainless steel, and Japanese movement. So to mention the movement, this is an NH35. So the heart of this watch is a Seiko. So no, the NH35 isn't an inexpensive movement. However, it is very, very reliable and very well respected. Obviously, it's an automatic watch, so as you're wearing it or swimming with it, it will wind itself up. You got the deep blue logo on the rotor, 24 jewels, and yeah, really, really impressive for the price. So other than that, I'll go ahead and show you that this is actually a genuine sapphire crystal. So go ahead and get my thing set up here. I got my little tester here. So if you don't believe me that this is a sapphire crystal, let's go ahead and show you that it is in fact. Just got to refocus here. There you go. Real sapphire crystal, guys, for $150. Now, I already tested this, but on the back, it is not sapphire on the back. But, for the price, do you really need that? Obviously, this is the side that's going to get more scratched up. So it's very nice. You got a genuine sapphire crystal here on the front. They're not lying about any of the specs on this. This is the real deal, guys. I should also mention I am not sponsored by Deep Blue. This is my first Deep Blue watch. However, with with all the research I've done, I really liked what their brand was doing. Kind of giving a lot more unique value propositions. As you can see, the black mother of pearl, I absolutely love. It's just looking at it under subdued lighting, it's not super showy. It's just kind of a normal looking dive watch. However, under the right lighting, it just shines and glistens, and it's a really nice watch. I mean, this is something you don't see on watches around this price point. Obviously, it's kind of known that more luxury brands will give the mother of pearl and other things like that. They have a ton of different designs, though, guys. So you can get an abalone dial. You can get really almost any sort of design you might like. Some of them are a little bit too similar to Rolex, but this one I think is quite unique. So this one does kind of have its own spin on it, and that's really what I like about this brand, guys. I was close to buying an Invicta Pro Diver because, I mean, value-wise, that is a very good watch. You have an NH35 movement as well, but comparing the Deep Blue to that, it's really night and day. I mean, this is a really, really, it's a big step up from an Invicta Pro Diver. It has its own unique spin. It's not totally emulating a Rolex. It's doing its own thing, which I can definitely respect. And you got really impressive specs here. No, I won't be taking this down 300 meters myself, but it's nice to know this thing is built like a tank and you can take it down extremely deep depths. You can, I might actually go cliff jumping with this and, basically swimming lanes. And, basically I don't need to worry about this watch as long as I screw the crown down. Let's go ahead and put it on now. So this is the 44 millimeter model. So keep that in mind. This is the big model. I was worried with my small wrist that this would not fit me well, but I'll go ahead and show you that if you have a smaller wrist, don't be afraid of this larger watch. As you can see, it fits me pretty much perfectly like a glove here. Yeah, it is a bigger watch. It does stick up a little bit, but I'm telling you, this looks really good on my wrist. It doesn't look oversized. Fits me pretty much perfectly for a dive watch, which, dive watches are known to be a bigger fit, guys. It does also curve around my wrist very, very well. So I have 6 and 3/4 inch wrists. Basically in that range, but I would say even 6.5, you're probably just barely going to pull it off. But any smaller than my wrist, 6 and 3/4, I honestly would say get the smaller model. But for me, the 44 millimeter looks really, really nice. Fits pretty much perfectly. Wraps around my wrist very comfortably, and I love it. Honestly, I think it's a perfect fit. I was worried it would be too big, but definitely isn't the case there. So that's pretty much all there is, of course, to say about the watch. Of course, you do also have the day of the month complication on this, which is common for all the NH35s. But I'm telling you, this watch, it's the real deal, guys. It's a really nice watch. Go ahead and unscrew the crown because I have to change the date anyways. Unscrew the crown. There we go. I think that's just a winding motion. Oh, there we go. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and just switch it that way. Probably don't want to switch the date like that, but it's okay. No harm done. But as you can see, it does move very smoothly when you're setting the time and all that. So that I really like. And yeah, it's a really, really secure fit on the crown. Feels really good hand winding it and things like that. So keep that in mind. You're screwing it back in. Screws in very easily. And once it gets tight, you got a nice secure fit, and you can go ahead and dive with this watch. So that is basically my overview of this watch. Like I said, kind of a first impressions, but I hope this gives you kind of a full overview of the specs of this. Really crazy value proposition. I would recommend checking out Deep Blue. Nice they gave some kind of nice additions as well. I mentioned, I'm not sure if I mentioned, I think I did, but you can get stainless steel bands on this as well. They cost $50 right now for the stainless steel bands that are form fitted to this. So yeah, I'm personally just loving this watch to begin with here. My only complaint is this blue dial's a little bit too dark. I wish they would have gone with a slightly lighter blue for the second hand. But yeah, I love this watch. I think it really has its own unique spin on the diver. I mean, the reality is, guys, I mean, Rolex and these other famous dive watches, they went with their designs for a reason. It's a very nice design for a dive watch. So I don't mind when some things are similar to Rolex and other brands, but this watch, it does do its own unique thing, which I do respect. And it's a real diver. People do take this on serious dives to really almost any depth, and it's going to stand up to it. So that with the sapphire crystal, and in my case the black mother of pearl, really, really nice feature. They do also have a white mother of pearl as well as a blue mother of pearl option, so keep that in mind. And they do also have Swiss movements as well, so a little more expensive for those, and similar specs. But yeah, check out the Deep Blue website. They have really watches for almost any budget. Even have some kind of crazy features like tritium lume instead of regular lume. So yeah, overall first impressions of this watch, I give it a 5 out of 5. I am super happy with it. Fits extremely well on my smaller wrist. It's very comfortable, and I'm hoping it'll last me a lifetime. This is a really, really beautiful watch. So other than that, I do thank you very much for watching the video. If you did enjoy it, please do make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be having a lot more exciting videos coming soon. Thanks for watching, everybody.